we'll go to what is the main event on this Stack Show on Fox Sports on Black Friday. It involves the 21-1 Brock Jarvis, who is now campaigning as a middleweight, and he takes on the former Australian champion in Adrian Rodriguez. So I'll start with Adrian. Great to see you. What was your thought process in accepting a fight against Brock Jarvis, who is now campaigning as a middleweight in your division?
It wasn't really a thought process. It was how much you're going to pay me to do what I love, really. That's all it was. And I'm here happy to do it.
But clearly it's a fight that you think you can win.
Of course, every fight is.
Yeah, so what is it in Brock that you've seen that makes you confident about that?
Well, I think it's uncharted territory, isn't it? Like, he's never been this heavy. Who knows what's going to happen over the rounds. The pressure, too. Like, this show's not being introduced like Adrian Rodriguez versus Brock Jarvis, is it? It's him versus me, you know? So, all the pressure's on him, none on me. I'm doing what I love, getting paid to do it, it's good. You know, he has to live up to all the expectation, all the stress from everyone, you know, his team, the promotion, sponsors. I don't have that shit. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on. But yeah, it's good. It's good life.
What would be the problems, do you think, for him going up this far in weight as a middleweight, as a fighter yourself? What do you see as issues for him going up here?
It's probably stacking on way too much muscle, too heavy. Legs aren't used to carrying that weight over the rounds. You know, sparring, fighting. You know, there's a big difference. Everyone knows it.
What about getting punched in the chin by a middleweight like yourself?
Well, that's also a factor, but I wanted to surprise him with that one. I don't want to give away my secrets.
I think he thinks that's coming.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think's going to happen in this fight then? How do you see it panning out? Because we've seen Brock get out there and monster opponents in the early stages of his fights. We've seen him tested at other times and caught early in one fight at least. What are you expecting on Friday?
Well, it could go any number of ways, but what I think might happen is he'll either do his song and dance and move around and I'll have to walk him down, or he'll try and walk me down and I'll oblige, and we'll go from there.
Alright, well, let's see how it all plays out, but firstly we'll talk to that man, Brock Jarvis. So great to see you back, Brock, after 18 months away, looking the part and clearly ready to go. Firstly, how do you feel walking around at this weight, so close to a weigh-in? Because we've seen you so drained on the scales previously, and now we're going to see a big, bulky, strong version of you.
Yeah, look, I feel great at the weight. For me, training, my approach now is different. I feel, you know, I'm far more focused on, you know, my approach to the fight as opposed to getting in the best shape that I can possibly be in. In terms of middleweight, I mean, I'm not too concerned. Looking at Adrian's frame here, I'm not worried at all because he's far smaller than what I thought. That all these guys, all I hear is, oh, middleweight's too big, middleweight's too much that. Just look at your frame here, you don't look too big, mate.
Keep in mind, I went 10 rounds at super middleweight for the Australian title, so I'm not that small, believe me.
Well, look, judging by your frame right now, looking at you, you don't look too big. I'm looking at you.
He's put a few question marks around how you're going to handle going up. Is there any question mark in your head? Is there any part of you going, I wonder how this does go?
Not necessarily. I think the pressure's on him. He's saying that the pressure's on me, but like I said before, everyone thinks a middleweight's too big for me, and as you just stated, super middleweight even. So I think the pressure's on you.
Okay.
I certainly do, because
Well,
you have to answer all the questions.
me, I'll tell you that.
You're the one to answer all the questions.
Well,
All I hear is middleweight's too big, so you're the one to answer the questions, so we'll find out.
I've had the question asked plenty of times. I've been in there, doesn't matter, doesn't bother me. It's all on you. You've got that pretty little record there, don't you? I don't have a pretty record. There's no pressure on me, bro.
Don't worry about your record.
I'm sure you
What sort of a fight are we going to expect? Or what Brock Jarvis do we see? Do you get over and try and get him out of there early? Are you going to try and swarm him like we've seen you do so many times before at lighter weights, or is it a different version of you now?
It all depends on how he approaches the fight. I mean, I'll take what's there. I'm not going to go out and try and do anything. I'll be smart and follow what's in front of me.
You got Jeff Fenix back in your corner, a part of your team. What's that been like, having him back around?
Yeah, I think, you know, Jeff's the best. Really glad to have him on board. And that's it. I think Jeff's great.
And tell us what this will mean, getting back, winning, and getting on your way, because I know there are big plans for 2025.
That's correct. Look, I plan on getting the stoppage on Friday night and moving forward onto bigger and better fights in the near future.
Anything to finish, Adrian?
Not really, it's just a bit upsetting that he thinks he's going to stop me. Going for a friendly fight here.
I don't think so. Do you want to finish with anything, Brock? I know you've got a big contingent coming to the Star. I'm sure there'll be plenty who'll be tuning in on Fox Sports and KO as well to watch you and all of the fighters on this stack card.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be a good night. Thanks to November for putting it on, and excited to see you all there. And shout out to De La Salle Rugby League Football Club.
Okay, there we go. So what we're going to do is face off Brock and Adrian. So if you want to pass the microphones, we'll face these two fighters off. I'll just repeat the details. It is Fox Sports 5:03, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. If you two want to just come over into the front here, and we'll face off Brock Jarvis and Adrian Rodriguez. That is your main event on a stacked show this Black Friday on Fox Sports. I'm Ben Damon and I'll see you at the fights.